Welcome, jesters. All right, let's talk about the Indignity Act, the one that is being floated in Congress, sponsored by 20 Democrats and 20 traitors, Republicans, that would capitulate on a number of fronts to people who are here illegally, unlawful non-citizens. And that's the thing. Any capitulation on this issue right now is wrong, and we simply cannot let this happen. Now, they are, of course, surrounding it and wrapping it, in the most empathetic language possible, right? They are trying to say that, there's no amnesty, no givebacks, there will be a strict laws with high requirements, but they do think that people who have been here for 20 years obeying the law, just working, and, trying to work for a better life should be allowed to stay. No, none of them. Now, honestly, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. They've tried this several times. They tried it when was it? 2004, with that ridiculous immigration bill, and that really didn't seem to go anywhere. So, I'm not really worried, but you know what? Friends on the left, we are willing to compromise. I am willing to compromise. I am benevolent in that fashion, and I will make you this deal, right? If you can find, right, the unlawful non-citizen who has been present in the country for, at 15, 20 years, who has literally, absolutely, verifiably broken no other law other than their immigration status, then, you know what? I would seriously consider and might even allow them to stay. I know, crazy, but I mean it when I say they can have broken no other law, not even jaywalking, nothing, zero other laws other than their immigration status. Then maybe they can stay. Now, here's the thing though. That means that they cannot have been working at all, because if they were working, then that means either they are using fraudulent tax identifiers, a fraudulent social security number, a stolen social security number, a fraudulently obtained tax identifier or such, or if they're working under the table, I'm quite sure they're not paying taxes on that income that is earned. So there you go. They were already breaking the law by working. Right? Now, everything else is probably just incidental, right? There might be a number of other statutes that are restricted to citizens only, right? So, they definitely better not have voted in any election. In fact, they probably shouldn't have even tried to vote. They can't have a driver's license, in a lot of jurisdictions. And if that brings, motor voter registration, then they've already committed a crime there. So, that would automatically disqualify them, and they are a candidate for immediate deportation, right? The kind of person that I'm talking about, again, somebody who has literally, verifiably violated no other law, state or federal, other than their immigration status, sure, they can stay. But this means they would have had to have only used legally earned money from abroad that was transferred here under legal means, from abroad, which is possible, by the way, right? So this kind of person could exist. They would have to be relatively wealthy independently, right? Or own a business in another country, a legitimate business in another country, and merely bring their money here to live and to spend. And that is possible, right? There's really no restrictions on bringing money into the country, right? There are some reporting requirements, right? And there's still, the $10,000 reporting threshold. And it does have to be, you do have to be ready to verify that the money is not from illegal gains. And you also have to be ready to verify that, or prove really, that it is not actual income, that is money that you already have, right? But so long as that's done, so like a trust fund baby, right? Let's say a trust fund baby from Paraguay, right? Whose fund is entirely 100% legitimate money, right? They theoretically can be living here illegally, bring that money in, follow all those requirements, and not really be breaking any other law other than their immigration status. They can even drive on their, Paraguayan driver's license or something like that, right? And maybe they just pay cash for rent, right? Okay, that's fine, right? It is possible to live here only violating the immigration statutes. You have to get money, legal money, legitimate money from outside the country, but that is possible. So, friends on the left, if you can find this person, right, you know what, there might be 5 of them. Seriously, I think there might be 5 people who might fit this description. But if you can find these people who have literally lived here for over 15 years, who have violated no other law in any way other than their immigration status, we will consider allowing them to stay. But again, they cannot have worked because that would involve violating several statutes, right? So the vast majority of the people that you want here, the slaves that you want to keep here, yeah, they already wouldn't qualify. So yes, if you can find that wealthy, very wealthy individual who has just brought their own money in legally, followed all the requirements, and is just living a quiet life, violating no other law other than their immigration status, okay, we will consider letting them stay. Everyone else, they have to go, because no act that capitulates on any of this, no act that grants people or rewards people for violating our law is in any way dignified toward the actual, real American people. And you know I'm right.